Good morning, class. Thank you very much for connecting to Metric Hub once again. Today, we just want to start with our exam preparation, our exam session practice, some revision work towards end of term one. Like I always say, Metric Hub is there for you. Let's just work out these questions today. Let's work them now so that our ICAS, our SBA marks will never be the same. So please note that this is a March exam question paper, which is a typical of the paper that we're gonna write uh, just end of the year. Without wasting any time, let's just go straight to the questions that are here today. We are given a patch is below is a partially completed. That is some information not shown a copy of a payslip. We are talking about financial documents. It's a payslip of an employee at an unspecified, unnamed company. Table 1.1, table 1 extract of a copy of an employee's payslip. We are given pay and allowances. And then we are saying the pay and allowances, we have got the basic pay, which is given as 5,000 as our basic pay. We are given house allowance, rent 450, conveyance, which is also given 600. We also have Clara, which is 350. We also have medical aid allowance, 320, 230, others 70 rent, special income. This is what special income. We are saying this is special income also of 1,200. Overtime, we have got overtime, which is also income of 1.4. And then we are not given what the bonus amount, which is A. So gross total is to say total before deductions. Total before any deductions is the gross total. The gross total is total before any deductions. So we have got total deductions amount. Therefore, it means we are going to have a sum of this, so we can have the total deductions. And then net salary, which is also which we are also going to say gross minus total deductions. Gross minus total deductions minus total deductions is gonna give us what? It's gonna give us net total deductions. I mean, it's gonna give us net salary. It is gonna give us net salary. The what? The C point which is asked in this question. C, which is net salary, is gross salary minus total deductions. We got that one. And then obviously total deductions is a sum of this. Total deduction is a sum of all deductions. It's a sum of deductions we are adding. It's a sum, meaning to say we add all the deductions as those ones given there. So now what you need to do is to understand these items before you go to answer any questions. You must be able to answer or to understand and provide in details to these as you are going into the exam. So now the first question is saying determine the bonus amount received by employee. Determine the bonus A that was received by the employee here. So for us to calculate the bonus, how do we get bonus? Bonus is given here to say it is given as A. So bonus is equals to what? How do we get bonus? Bonus is equals to total gross income or total gross salary minus all the other sources of, we are saying in order for us to get this bonus, we are going to say that our total income, we say that minus overtime minus special income minus all other funds that are there. All these we add them and then we subtract it from the what? From gross, so that we can be able to get gross there. This is equals to 11,390, which is our gross, subtract minus 1,400 overtime minus 1,400. I was saying this is minus, but ever we are saying it must be a sum of these, minus 1,400 plus 1,200 special income plus our 70 rand, which is others, plus our 230, which is medical allowance, plus plus 340 plus 340 plus 600, which is conveyance, 600 plus 450, which is house rent and basic. We add them all, plus 450 plus 5,000. So what is happening is we are adding all these incomes, and then we less them from what? We less them all from our what? From our gross total income. This is equals to, that is equals to now say 11,390 minus the sum of this one, 9,290, 9,290, and then what do we get? This gonna give us the difference of what? 2,100. 2,100 is now our what? This is our bonus. So bonus contribution, the bonus contribution was 2,100, which we see there. Our bonus contribution is 2,100, which is obtained by subtracting total gross income minus all other sources of income. So it means that gross is a sum of all the monies. So A was not given. So we find the value of A by subtracting all the other sources or all the other forms of income from gross income. Therefore, we get what? 2,100. And then question 1.2, it says calculate total deductions. Total deductions, this is just, we say total, it means we add. When we say total, it means we are just going to what? We are adding. When we say calculate total, total means add. So now, total deductions, which are given in this case, like I said, it's a sum of these figures that are given here. We are just adding these figures, all of them, we add them together, or all of them. So which is 150 plus 260 plus 300 plus 600 plus 60. That is a sum of all these. When we add these figures, what we get is 716. If we add all this, we add all these figures here, we say that these figures, we are just adding all of them. So when we add them, what we get is what we call total deductions, which is a sum of all these figures that we have here. It is a sum of all these figures that we have here, which we are saying from there, we add them, we are adding this, and then what we get is what is 150 plus 260 plus 300 plus 60. We get 716. 716 is what we get there. So total deductions is equally what we did there. 150 plus 260 plus 300 plus 60. That is gonna give us 716. 716 is what is the total deductions that are in question there. And then calculate the net credit, the net salary credited to the employer as account C. I have already given that C. We get it by what? Gross minus total deductions. C is equals to gross less total deductions. Gross less total deductions. That is how we get the net. The net is after deductions, which is equals to uh, our net, our gross is given there. We say that gross is given there in question 11,390 as gross. 11,390 is what we are given there. Minus 716. Minus 716. What we get is the what? Is the net, which is 10,676. 674. So that is gonna give us the what? That is our net. That is our net salary. And then explain the term employee. Employee is basically when we an employee is a person who is hired, a person who is hired for a wage or a salary. A person hired to work is hired to work for a form of payment, for a form of payment in a form of payment as it can be as like wage or a salary. We call that that is what? That is an employee. If a person is working and is earning some form of payment, which can be either a wage or a salary, we define that as an employee. A person is an employee. He is working. At the end of the day, is getting some form of compensation, which is either a wage or a salary. That's an employee. And then our next question, it says we are given that this is question 2. It's question 2 here. We are given that in Tebele, a 33-year-old auditor earns gross monthly salary. The gross salary for monthly is 45,544. He contributes 7.5% of his salary towards pension fund. We have got pension fund there. He is a member of medical aid. His wife, 2 daughters and 1 son, 3 people. He normally donates. He donates amount of 25,000. 25,000 is donated to a registered charity organization annually. This donation is a tax deductible expense. It's a tax deductible expense. And then we are given a table of tax rates. for 2024-2025 tax year. That's the tax year that is given here to say 2024-2025 tax year. So the tax rate is about 18% of taxable income, which we are given there. And then what happens is we are given taxable incomes with their ranges that are given in this regard. So now 26 is 24. If we are saying 24,644 plus 26% of taxable income above that amount, and then we are given all this information in question. This information is given. So now rebate is also given as below age of 65. We are given 17,000 tax threshold. That is what is given all these. And then different age groups. Monthly medical aid tax credits. We are giving principal member has got this amount, and then first dependent has got that amount. Each additional dependent also contributing 245, 246. So the table above, we have to use it to answer the questions that are going to follow now. We have got questions that comes after this. So we need to know, like the first question is saying, which institution is responsible for collecting tax? Where is tax collected? I've been saying this again in the previous class lecture, which I was emphasizing that we need to know responsible institutions in our financial sector or in our various corporate organizations and stuff. So South African Revenue Services is responsible for this. The South African Revenue Service, South African Revenue, South African Revenue Services is the one that seeks to it that taxes are paid, which is sometimes written as what? As SARS. That is how it is abbreviated. It is abbreviated as SARS quite a lot of time. It ensures that tax compliance is avoiding tax invasion and following up on all these forms of tax avoidance cases, and also implementing policies that ensures that people remain loyal and paying taxes, and then show by means of calculation that the tax threshold for a person below 65 is correct. The pension, the threshold for a person of below 65 is correct. So now, what we are given is that tax threshold, tax threshold, tax threshold is supposed to be given there. Tax threshold, we are given that in this case, we have to go on to it and check on our table below tax threshold, which is, we are saying the value of 17,235 is what we are given here. And then we are saying in terms of this, we said the tax contribution, which is here, is 18%. It is 18%. So tax threshold, therefore, it's going to be what? We are going to say tax threshold. We say 17,235. We are saying divided by our 18%, which is 0.18. In order for us to get the tax threshold here, this is equal to 17,235. We are saying divided by what? Divided by 18%. This is equal to 17,235 divided by 0.18. Divided by 0.18. so that we can be able to get this as saying you divide those numbers, it's gonna give you a 95,000. It's gonna give you a 95,750. The 95,750 is what you can get when you calculate this. 95,750, which is also when we go into our tax bracket, we are given that the tax threshold of a 95,000 of a below 65 is 95,000 750, which is given in this case. It is given in this regard. So what it means, it is correct. Uh, so we are saying this is correct. And then we are given determine Mr. Indebele's annual taxable income. Annual taxable income, we are saying, according to this question, this is calculated how we are given in the question that Mr. Ndebele is his gross monthly salary of he earns a gross monthly salary of 12,544. That is what is given there. So we want to calculate his total income for the whole year. So the gross per month multiplied by per month. So in this case, we are saying this is equals to annual income, uh, annual income, which is equals to the per month multiplied by 12 months. Per month he earns 45,000. Per month he earns. Per month it is stated that he earns this amount. It is 45,544. We are given that per month he earns that amount, which is 45,000 544 544.78 multiplied by we are saying annual multiplied by 12. That would give us a total of how much multiplied by 12. What do we get there? We are going to get this would give us 546,000 537.36 cents. And then that is the first step here. The first step, we get that. And then what happens is pension fund. We want to calculate the pension fund. Pension fund. His pension fund, it is said that he contributes a certain amount of 0 point something. There's an amount given that he contributes towards pension fund. He contributes 7.5% of his salary towards pension fund. So we otherwise need to calculate that again to say the pension fund is equals to we are saying 7.5%, 7.5, 7.5%, 7.5% of the total amount, which is multiplied by what? Multiplied by 546, 537, 537, 0.36. We are saying 7.5% multiplied by that, 7.5% multiplied by that one. We are going to find out that we calculate that through the calculator, put it through your calculator. You work it out now. how much can it give you, which is equals to, this is equals to 7.5%. That can be also be as we are saying over 100 is gonna be 0.075 multiplied by that, multiplied by what? Multiplied by 0.075 multiplied by the same value, which is multiplied by 546,537.36. That would give us an amount which is that is equals to how much? That is equals to, it's gonna give us an amount of 40,990. 40,990 point 30 cents. That is the pension fund. This is pension fund. And then we also need to calculate donations. Donations. We need to calculate donations also. Donations is equals to, we are given that he contributes. It is said that he normally donates 25,000 to a registered organization annually. So annually he donates 25,000. It is given that he donates 25,000, which is also given there. So what is happening here is just to say, in terms of donations, it is just a 25,000, which is given there. It's 25. It is 25,000. It is given in our contracts. It is given in this case 25,000, and then annual taxable income. The annual taxable income. Annual taxable income is going to say the total income that he earns, which is close to, we are saying it is close to our total income that Mr. earns here is 546 537.36 minus it is minus, we can say minus, that is, we can just want to make it easier for some of you. You might wonder what is happening. Minus 40,990 that we said here, 40,990.30 cents minus 25,000, that would give us an amount of, how much can we get there? If we minus 30, it's gonna give us an amount of minus, this is going to say minus 480,000. 480,547.6 cents. 0.6 cents, as to say, that is the total taxable income that is there, 480,547.6 cents. I hope that we can actually understand and see these figures to say the main steps are the key ones which we're supposed to know, to say we have to calculate the total annual income. We get it, we calculate the pension fund, which is 7%, 7.5%, which is also step number 2. We also have we also have to calculate that which is gonna give us our 40,000, and then step number 3, it is the donations, which is also a amount of money that is also deducted from his total money, and then annual taxable is the total income minus these deductions that are coming there. So we get a 480,547 as what? As the total taxable income there. And then we are given that in the Bele state that his monthly taxable is 6,330 6,387. Confirm this, the statement is valid. Confirm that the statement is valid. So in order for us to calculate this, to confirm this statement, we also need to make some, we confirm that the validity of the statement by making calculations. So we are saying that we need to calculate this as to say we go on the tax bracket or the tax scale. So we are given that the man is going to have his total taxable income as 480,547. So now we have to find the where is he falling in. So it is gonna give us to say this man's income is going to be calculated as 77,362 plus 31% of the total taxable income, which is going to give us that amount, and then we get it, we add all those figures. Therefore, we can be able to see that this amount falls into this bracket. This amount falls into this bracket. This is where we find Mr. Indebele's category is in this category. That is where we work. This is where we are working from. So it is given there. We use that table to say that it is 77,362 plus 31% of taxable income, which is above 370,500. So we need to work it from there. So now what is happening here is that we are going to say 77,000. This is close to 77,362 plus 31%, which is given there of the total money which Mr. Indebele is earning. We are saying of 480, 547.7 minus the rate that is given there. This is given there that 370,500 minus 370,500. Then we give it through there, which is going to give us, this is going to give us this is 77 362 plus 0.31%. We are making that 31% as a what? As a fraction or as a decimal number. We multiply it by that difference, which is gonna give us a difference of 110. If you put these numbers in through your the figures through your calculator, you will find that this will give you 310. 110 and 47.6. So as you get that, that would give you a total, which is going to give us a total of 111,000. This is 111,476.59. Just round it off to correct to 2 decimal places. Round it off to 2 decimal places. That is what we get there. And then we are saying tax after rebates. We have to say tax after rebates. Tax after rebates is another calculation that we need to work out here. Tax after rebates. Tax after rebates. We are going to calculate it that to say tax after rebates. We are going to have 111,000. 111,000. It is rebates. Tax after rebates is going to say minus that amount which we say that is below 65. Is below 65. Mr. Indebele is below 65 years. So we must also, after rebates, minus 17,000. We should subtract 17,000. 235 must be subtracted from his amount there. That is gonna be equals to 11. We have got our 111,476 0.59, and then minus that value which we say minus 17,235. Minus 17,235. This is going to give us a 94,241. 94,241.59. And then we are saying this minus, we subtract the 7,700, the 7 minus 7,592, which is also 7,000 minus 7,592 minus 7,592, and then that would also come to 7,992, which is going to give us that amount. We calculate there, put it through your calculator, minus that one. This is going to give us 76,000. 76,649. 649.59. And then we are saying this must be, this is annually. This is for the whole, this is for the whole year. This is, we are saying this is annually. So we must say this, which is equals to 76,000 649 0.59 divided by 12 in order for us to find monthly. We are saying this is now to calculate monthly, which is going to give us an amount of how much? 6,387. 387.47. It's work it like that. What is very important here is for you to be able to understand the key steps that are supposed to be followed when it comes to these mathematical calculations. So what we are saying is that if we are able to get that, so what it means is that if we look at this, it says is monthly, because we say that the question wants to work on the what? On the monthly tax payable. monthly tax payable is going to be is given in this case as to say that it is stated that is 6,000 is 6,000 6,387.47. So we must be able to get it after we work out these values there. So we are adding and calculating that, and we get is 6,387. So what it means is that the statement is what is correct. So his statement is correct. His statement is what is valid. His statement is valid, as you can see from these calculations. We are now going to question 3. Question 3, it also wants us to calculate, or it wants us to work with the Ilima Tuck Shop sells fat cakes bought from Mama D's bakery, 3 rands each. Is 3 rand each, and they sell each fat cake for 5 rand. Mimi, who is employed to run the tuck shop, uses the school bag to fetch the fat cakes. The cost of petrol for the bag every month is 500 rand, and she is paid 1,000 rand every month. So what is asked here, I once also worked some question like this one, where it said calculate the school's fixed expenses. Fixed expenses for the school. Fixed expenses, we are saying these are costs which do not change. So we gave examples even when we did financial maths previously. I mentioned to you that we have got a monthly income or monthly pay. It can be a fixed, it's an amount of money that does not always change. And also we have got we are saying she is paid 1,000, and then the cost of petrol for the bag every month is 500. So the 500 cost of petrol, and plus also the cost the what the salary for this person, for Mimi. So we are saying the fixed expenses is equals to cost of fuel plus plus a salary, which is equals to cost of fuel, which we are given that the cost of fuel, it is 500, which is given here. Back every month uses 500 plus the salary, which we say that is given, that is 1,000. So when we add this, what we get 1,500. 1,500 identifies the what? It identifies the fixed expenses this school has to pay, cost of fuel plus the salary. We get those. That is what we should understand in this case. And then we go to question 3.2. Next question says the equation to find the selling price is given as income is equals to 5 rand multiplied by n, where n represents the number of fat cakes sold. Find the equation for the school expenses cost. Therefore, what is asked here is to say 3 marks. The equation to find selling price, the cost or selling price is given as income is equals to 5 rand, because they said they sell each fat cake for 5 rand, and then multiply by the number of fat cakes sold. Find the equation for the school expenses. So now in this case, for the school expenses, this is equals to, we can calculate this as cost in rent is equals to the cost in rent. The equation for school expenses, find the equation for school expenses. We are given that the expenses are going to say they bought they we are saying fat cakes bought from Mama's Bakery, 3 rand each. They sell each fat cake at 5 rand. So the expenses for the school is it is the cost the cost of these fat cakes, and then we are saying it is going to be 3 rand, and then the number of cakes that they are going to buy we are not given. We don't know how many cakes are they gonna buy. So now this is going to say the question for this one is cost in rands. We want to say cost is equals to we have got the fixed cost plus the cost of the variable cost, which is the cost for the plus the cost of buying each fat cake, plus cost of each cake multiplied by number of number of fat cakes. That is what is happening. So we are going to find out that is going to say one fixed cost is 1,500. We are given, we calculated that 1,500 plus the cost, which is 3 rand, plus 3 rand the cost of each fat cake, which is plus 3 rand, 3 rand multiplied by any fat cakes which we don't know, which is cost to 1,500 plus 3n, 1,500 plus 3n, 3 times n, or we can say 3 rand n, or we can say 3 rand times n. We can just say 3 rand times n, just plus 3 rand multiplied by n. 3 rand times n, which we don't know how much is the number of cakes there. And then the table below shows the cost of selling, the cost and selling price of fat cakes. Start and answer the questions below. We have to answer the questions that are below. So number of fat cakes, we are saying number of fat cakes, if it is 0, cost is 1,500. Remember we say this is what? This is fixed cost. And then we are saying income is supposed to be given also as to say our income is cost to 5 rand times what times the number of fat cakes. So we are saying for this we did not sell, we don't have any fat cakes, so the cost remains the same and we have got zero income. However, in terms of 500 fat cakes, so for 500 fat cakes it is cost to say we just say 5 times what? We are saying in terms of 5 rand is 5 times 5 times the number of fat cakes, and then we get the what? We get the income here. The cost also, it is 3n. In terms of the cost we said the cost is equals to 3 rand. It is cost to 3 rand multiplied by what? Multiplied by number of fat cakes. That is the cost, 3 rand times number of fat cakes times 300 plus what? Plus 1.5. Because we said the 1.5 is the fixed cost that is there. So that is how we get these figures. This one, we get it as to say it is also 5 multiplied by number of fat cakes, 5 multiplied by 500. And then we get what? We get that 2,500. So now, in order for us to know how fat cakes were sold. We also want to see that in order for us to get how many fat cakes were sold, we can also calculate it by saying A, which is the number of fat cakes, it is equals to A is equals to 6,000 divided by what? 6,000 divided by 5, because we are saying each fat cake is going to say in terms of each fat cake is going to is sold at a price of what? Of 5 rand. We are saying number is equals to say income A is equals to income over cost per cake over selling price of each cake. That is how these figures are calculated, class. That's how we calculate these figures here. I'm sure that we can be able to see and make sense of them. So now, in terms of A, therefore A is equals to, our A is equals to, A is equals to, we can calculate it as 6,000, our income, total income over selling price, over selling price per cake, over selling price per cake, which is equals to our income, which is equals to say 6,000 over the selling price per cake is 5 rand. That is gonna give us to say we divide these numbers. As we divide, we get that is going to say how many fat cakes were sold. 6,000 divided by 5. That is gonna give us an amount of 1,200. 1,200 fat cakes. I mean, 1,200 fat cakes were the number of fat cakes here. 1,200. We can also get this by saying that we have got our cost, which is our fixed, our cost, which is going to say it is variable cost plus what, plus fixed cost, which we can also get as to say, we can get it by saying this can also be calculated as 5,100 minus our fixed cost, which is 1,500, and then we say 1,500 is the fixed cost, and then we said all that divided by what? Divided by the buying price of each cake. We can alternatively calculate it by saying 5,100 minus 1,500, which is our fixed cost there, which is cost to give us, we are saying all this must be divided by 3 rand, which is cost to, that's gonna give us 3,600, 3,600 divided by 3, it is still comes back to give us 1,200. It's gonna still come back and give us 1,200, which we also get there. It can still gonna come back and give us 1,200. So we want to work on question B. Calculate B. Our B is also given as to say B is the cost. I have shown you the formula for calculating cost for B. So we are saying that B is equals to our B. This is equals to the formula that we had is that we have formulated a formula for calculating this. the formula that we formulated there applies for B to say we have got fixed cost, which is 1,500 plus, we are saying plus 3 rand multiplied by the number of what? Multiplied by the number of fat cakes, which we say multiplied by, in this case, multiplied by 1,000. We have got 1,000 here. Multiplied by what? By 1,000, which is given in this case. So we say that multiplied by 1,000, that is going to give us to say, what do we get there? That's going to give us, that is going to give us through the calculator, we can get 4,500. 4,500. 4,500 is what we can get on B. 4,500. 4,500, which is obtained by our formula. I want to say the formula, I said that it is 1,500 plus 3 rand multiplied by what? Multiplied by N. That is our formula, which I said that is 1,500 plus 3 rand multiplied by N, which is number of cakes, multiplied by 1,000. That is why we get this to say this is going to give us 4,500 that we are seeing there. That is how we get that 4,500 that we are seeing there. And then C, calculate C. C is to say, C, what do we need to calculate? Income. Income, we already have that formula. We said income is going to have its formula, which is given as income is equals to, we said income in this case, C is income, which is equals to, our income is equals to 5 rand times is equals to 5 multiplied by N, which is equals to 5 multiplied by the number of cakes, which is 2,000. 5 multiplied by 2,000. 5 multiplied by 2,000, which is going to give us, this is equals to, we calculate that 5 multiplied by 2,000 is going to give us 10,000. Then it is done. That is income. C is equals to 10,000 according to the formula that we have given or we have used, that we said it applies in that case, which we said it applies in that respect. That is how we work this. So C is equals to 10,000 following the calculations that we did. And then we are given again that Memo would like to see a graphical representation of income versus cost they have incurred. Using your table in that question above, draw and clearly label the cost graph on the answer sheet. So here I just wanted to make it easier for you. What happens is that we always need to find out that we have got a title on the graph. The graph must always have a title. So the title of the graph is supposed to be saying income versus cost after selling fat cakes. Income versus cost after selling after selling fat cakes. After selling fat cakes, that's the title. That is our title of this graph. So here I just said what you need to do is that you always know that the amount is on the vertical axis and it is what it is in rand. So we have got rands in vertical axis, and then we have got number of cakes which is on the horizontal axis. So if you can see there, you are going to plot your graph following the table there to say we say that income versus number of cakes. Number of cakes, we have got 0, 500. Our number of cakes, we have got the first one is 1. We are saying the cakes, we have got 0, we have got 500, we have got 1,000, we have got 1,200, 1.80, 2,000 as the number of cakes that are given that we are going to use there, which are the number of cakes that we have there. So now, when we have that, what we do is amount. We are also going to say what affects the size of the graph. It can be, we are saying income. We have got our highest amount is what is 10,000, and our lowest is what is 2.5. So we're just gonna draw our graph. This one, I just do it randomly for you, but we can be able to draw it just smooth and smart, which we can say we can have our graph like that, and then we have got amount, which we are saying it's income here in what we have got income which is in rands, and then we have got number of fat cakes this side, number of fat cakes, number of fat cakes. So now I said that we consider the highest and the lowest limit of our vertical figures, of our figures on the vertical axis, our highest and lowest limit. So if you can look on this, if you can look on that, on the figures there, what happens is that what is happening, I said our highest and lowest limit. If you look there, our highest limit, like I said, is 10,000. Our lowest is 2.5. So what needs to be done here is that what needs to be done is for us to get uh, these values or this table smart and clear this graph smart and clear. How do we do that? We do it by just using a suitable scale that can match these figures. So our figures, we said number of cakes is 0, 500, 1,000. I can say 0, 500. We have got 0, 0, obviously, which is here, 0, 500, 0, 500, 500, 1,000, 1,200, 1,800, 1,000, 1,000, 1,002, 1.8, 1,000, 1,200, 1,800, and finally we have what we have got. We have got how much? 10. We have got 2,000. We have got 2,000 there. So what I'm saying, class, is that as we have said before, that we need to know that these graphs, as you draw them again, we have got to say it is saying cost income versus cost. So our cost, we have got 7.5. We have got 7.5 in terms of the cost as the highest amount. So we can just choose a suitable interval. I can say an interval of, let's say, I can say 2468. I can say 2000, 4000, 6000, 8000, just to maybe choose a suitable scale like that. So in this case, I can say that on this case, I have 2000, 4000, 6000, and so forth. So having these figures, let me start with the income first. Income, it is 0, 2.5. 500 is saying 0, 500, 2.5, 500, 2.5, 500, 2.5, 500, 2.5. I can maybe say 2.5 is there. 1000, 1000, it has got 5000 and 6000. 1000, I have got 1000. The income of 1000 fat cakes is 5000 and 1.2 is 6. 1000 is 5000, which it can be somewhere here. And then this one is gonna be 6000, and then 1.80, 1.80 is gonna give me 1.80 is 9000 and 10,000. 1.8 is 9000, is 9000. 1.80, we said 10,000. So we are saying 1.80, it is giving us 9,000. 1.8 is gonna be 9,000. And then for 2000, it is 10,000. For 2000, it is 10,000, which is also somewhere there. So my graph, I'm going to draw it there, just joining these points. There must be a proper line that joins the points nicely. I don't know, it should be just a point. Remember, now I'm drawing without a ruler, so you need to draw these figures properly with a ruler anyway. You need to draw them properly, so with a proper ruler, you need to use a ruler for you to draw these tables, class. You must draw with a ruler. You must draw these points properly. These points must be well labeled. We have got 10,000 here. I said for you to make this easy and good, it's supposed to say you label them in order for you not to make mistakes, in order for the marker to understand that you know what you are doing. So we are saying 9,000, that is going to have, we say 6, 5,000, and then 2.5. And then the next one, it is saying this is the income. So I have got my income. My income is blue. And then I can as well have the graph for cost. The cost, which is 1.5, 3,000, 4.5. 1.5, 3,000, 4.5. 1.5, 500 is 1.5. 1.5, I can maybe mark 1.5. 1.5 is 1.5. It's 1.5. It is 3,000, 4.5, 3,000, 4.5, 3,000, which can also be somewhere there. And then 4.5, which can be somewhere here. And then we can also have the next one, 8,000 and 4.5. We also have 5.1, 5.1 and 6.9. 5.1 and 6.9. So it's a matter of just measuring and marking these points, class. We are marking these points to say at 1,200. 1,200 is how much? We say 1,200 is 5.1, and then is 6.5, 6.9, and 7.5. 5.1, 6.9, 5.1, 6.9, and then we have got 6.9, we have got 7.5. 7.5. So class, here again, we join the points again. We are just going to draw a line that joins these points. We are just going to draw a line that is going to join these points. That can join these points there. So our marks are there. Our marks are there. And then it goes like that. So we have got also that line which represent cost, and then we have got that one which represents income. So we have got our income and our cost. We are saying we have got our cost and we have got our income. We have got our 1.3 thousand. We have got our figures marked there. 3,000 there. All these figures are marked here, class. They are marked there. So we have got 1.5. We have 3,000. 3,000. We have got 3,000. We have got 4.5, 5.1, 4.5. And then we have got our 5.1. Our 5.1, which is somewhere there. Our 4.1. 5.1, and then the last figure is 6.9 and 7.5. 6.9 and then 7.5, which comes there 7.5. So now, basically, this is how you draw your graph. It's only a matter of just making sure that the graph is drawn to scale, and then you mark the points as they are supposed to be marked there. And then we have got to say that in these graphs, we have got different variables that are presented there. We have got different sets of data that are marked there. So the cost, and we have got the cost, and we also have the what, the income. So the cost in it is marked, the cost is marked like that, and then the income is marked also with also red marks there. So we can be able to tell and say that that is our graph. In any case, the concept is that for you to know that we have got income on vertical axis, and then we have got what? We have got number of cakes, which is also given on horizontal axis. And then you draw the two sets of graphs just like that as it is given in this case. So please just note that this is how you draw it. This is the best way because you must have a scale. A scale must be given. You must have a scale on this side. And also there should be a specific interval in terms of the figures that you are having on the horizontal scale, on the horizontal axis. So that is what you need to do there. So the next question is saying, Mimi claims Mimi claims that she claims that for her to recover her expenses and make profit, she should sell more than 750 fat cakes. Use the graph to verify whether the claim was valid. So now, in terms of this, you are supposed just to go on the graph and then to say for her to recover it, for her to recover their expenses and make profit, she should sell more than 700, more than 750 fat cakes. So if you go on the graph, you therefore see what is supposed to be done there to say, that is to say, it is supposed to show, to say at what point 750 fat cakes, you go on the graph and then say 750 fat cakes, 750 maybe is here, or 750, it must be somewhere there. 100, 1,750 maybe there. So you go up on the graph and see how the graphs are touching, the point where the graph is touching. So it must show you to say that is that point showing break even? Is it showing break even or not? Break even point. So now, if we see that at that point she is making a profit, so a profit is made when income is more than what? When income is more than expense, when income is more than cost. So that is where we have got a profit. So we are saying at that point, otherwise we can say she is making a profit. So a profit, so the point is that there is profit being made there. Profit is being made because we see that cost, income is more than what? Income is more than cost. Since income is more than cost. So we can say that the claim is good because we are seeing that the income is more. The income is more than what? The income, since its profit is being made, since income is more than what? Is more than cost. So the claim is valid there. We can say the claim is valid because we do have more income than what? More income than cost. And then the next question is saying 4.1, 4.1 there is a question that we are given here which shows the residential city electricity consumption charges. We are given the electricity which is consumption of 2019-2020 financial year is for 2019-2020 financial year. So use the information above, answer the following questions. What does VAT abbreviation stands for? This one I also even said last time that it means value added tax, which is an amount of tax that is charged on goods, which is it is charged to consumers. Consumers pay it. There is an amount of money that is paid on goods when consumers buy. It is applicable to everyone as we buy goods. Wherever we say that the value added, which have got value added, we are saying that it is a value added tax which applies to all consumers when they buy. So the next question is saying, the next question wants us to say, what does VAT stand for? Calculate the value of A. Calculate the value of A. A, which is given here, it is charges in kilo. We are saying calculate the value of A, which is given here. So for us to get A, it is equals to, we are given in this case that we are given the charges is 1.5351, and then we divide it by what? We divide it by 1.5, 1.5.1, which is given in this case to say that calculate the value of A. A can be calculated by saying this is 115%, which is 1.15 VAT. 1.15 VAT. I'm sure that we know that VAT is at what? At 1.15. So in terms of A, it is supposed to be given that A is equals to A, it is equals to, this is equals to 1.5351 divided by 15%, which is 115, 1.55. 115 is 115, which is 1.15, and then we can see that can give us that we put it through a calculator, we can get 1.33486, which we can round off to, that can give us 1.334. That can give us 1.334. So we are saying we are just calculating A by dividing this. We are saying we are just calculating A, the charges per we are saying this value here, it includes VAT. This value, it is plus VAT. It is plus VAT. So we must remove VAT in order for us to get the charge without VAT. So A is just an amount without VAT. It is an amount without VAT, which is to say, we are saying the amount with the VAT, we calculate the VAT amount, we just remove that amount of VAT. So therefore, that is how we are calculating what? That is how we are calculating A, charges without VAT. So we are saying the one with the VAT, we subtract or we divide that number in order for us to get the VAT, the value added. That is why we get that, as to say, that is where this thing is all coming from. It is coming from that to say, with the VAT divided by 15%, which is 115. 115 divided by 100 is 1.15. This is 100. 1,15%, 1,15. So that's the same as 15%. This is as the same as 15% VAT that we are talking about. So therefore you can go through that. Next question is saying end of January 2020, Paul, end of January 2020, Paul paid, including VAT, calculate the amount of electricity consumed. In this case, calculate the amount consumed end of January 2020. She paid an amount of paid 861 rand 50, including VAT. So now, in order for us to calculate the amount of electricity consumed, we must have to say that we must have to go to say our 3 is equals to end of, this is end of January. We are saying we must go there and say we are going to go into the block, that is block 3. So is equals to say, we are going to say in block 3, that is 3 is equal to 50 times 0,8, 50 times times 0,8 minus 300 times that one plus that one plus that one, and then we add all these, we get the value, which is what, which is being calculated in this case. It is 3 is equals to, is 50 multiplied by 0.8358, 0.8393 minus 300 multiplied by 1,0779 plus 250 multiplied by 1,5351. So that when we calculate these figures, what is happening is the figures are derived from our table there to say, we are saying it is at the end of January. That is to say that we are having our figures to say 50 multiplied by 0,83 minus 300 times 1,077 plus 250 times that one. When we multiply those figures, it can give us an amount of 749.11, and then calculating the remaining amount, we have to calculate remaining amount, that is equals to, in order for us to calculate the remaining amount, it is going to say 861.50 minus what we have got there, minus 749.11, which is going to give us, how much is going to give us? 112 is going to give us 112 39 cents. 112.39 cents. And then we are saying in this case 112 rand 39 cents, it goes to block 4. We are saying it goes to block 4. So block 4, it is that we divide it by what? By this amount which is given here. Therefore, we say that this, we say use block 4, which is equals to 112.39 divided by our given tariff, our given amount here, which is with VAT 1.6055, 1.6055, and then this is equals to give us 70 kilowatts. It's gonna give us 70. And then we say total usage. Total usage, our total usage then, total usage is equals to, we say that it is equals to those figures that we have added first to say, we said 50 is equals to 50 plus 300 plus 250, and then plus 70 that we got here, plus 70. So we are adding these figures is 1, 2, 3, and then plus what? Plus 4. We add these values, all of them. This is going to give us, this is equals to 50 plus 300 plus 250 plus 70. This is gonna give us 670, 670, 670. So the question is saying end of, it gives us that total usage is 670. Then 4.4, let's go to the next question. 4.4, we are given that Tepo came across the following option as he was shopping for a new cell phone. And then monthly subscription is that amount, free 50 minutes, and cost 99 cents per minute. Calculate the total cost amount Tepo will pay if he used 75 minutes on a particular month. So total amount used is equal to subscription fee plus total minutes minus free minutes times tariff. So now, in terms of this, we are saying subscription fee is how much? 279. This is equals to 279 plus we are saying plus total minutes, or total minutes is 75 plus 75 minutes that are given here, and then minus 3 minutes, our 3 minutes that we are given, we are saying it is minus 50 minutes. It is saying minus 50 minutes, minus 50, and then multiply by cost, multiply by tariff. Tariff is given that it is core cost. This is the tariff. The tariff is given there. So that is gonna give us multiply by 0.99, multiply by 0.99, that is the tariff. So this is equals to, we go through that, is equals to 279, that is 279, 279 plus 279 plus 25 multiplied by 0.99, which is gonna give us it's gonna give us 303 rand 0.75. It's a matter of substituting the values as they are given in this case. And then question 5 is saying, we are given this: the majority of Metro High School learners who committed violent incidents were grade 9 boys. The arranged ages of these boys are, and a corresponding box and whisker plot is given below. That is what is given here. So the first question is saying, determine the missing value if the range of ages of grade 9 boys who committed incident is 5 years. So now what we're going to do is that the range is equals to, our range is equals to maximum minus minimum. Range is equal to max minus minimum. So what happens is that we are going to say, if we are saying 5 is equals to our maximum. Our maximum is what? Our highest figure here is 18. Is equals to 18. 18 minus 18 minus a. 18 minus a, which we say that this is an equation. We are formulating an equation where a is equals to 18. 18, which is a, is equals to 18 minus 5. So that we get that a is equals to 13. A is equals to 13. It's a matter of solving an equation. Solve an equation. In this case, solve the equation that we have created in using or in calculating this equation. That is what must be understood here. And then determine the mean of the age of grade 9 boys who committed violence. Mean is actually sum of all data over number of data values, is equals to sum of all data over number of data values. Sum of all data values over number of data values. So therefore, what we are saying is that sum is an addition of all the numbers. We are going to add is an addition of all these numbers here. It's a sum that is equals to sum. We are saying add all those numbers there. When we add them all, we are getting them to say we add all the numbers here from 13, where sum of numbers is equals to from 13 plus 14 up to plus up to 18 over the total of them is 40. we are adding all of them up to plus 40 over 40. So when we get this is close to, we add those numbers, it's going to give us 651 over 40, which is going to give us, to say, this can give us 16.275, which is close to 16.28. We are saying two decimal places. Two decimal places. That is how you get that answer. And then the next point is saying, determine the missing quartile value B, C, and D of the box and whisker diagram. So 5.3, 5.3, B is equals to, we are saying B is equals to, we say this is 15 plus 16 divided by 2. B is equals to 15 plus 16 over 2, which is equals to 31 over 2, which is going to give us 15.5. And then C also, C, for us to get C is equals to 17. C is equals to, we are saying is equals to, this is equals to 17 plus 16. 17 plus 16, 16 plus 17, 16 plus 17, C is equals to 16 plus 17 over 2, which is going to give us 33 over 2, which is going to give us, that's going to equals to 33 over 2. That is going to give us 16.5. And then D, as you can see, D is equals to 17 plus 17. D is equals to 17 plus 17. D is equals to, this is equal to 17 plus 17 over 2, which is equals to 34 over 2, which is equals to, it's going to give us 17. And then that is it. And then the next question is saying, a grade 9 boy who committed a violent act is randomly selected. Determine the probability expressed in a decimal form that the boy will be 16 years and above. So 16 years and above, how many grade 9? We are saying this is equals to chance factor over total ratio. This is equals to chance factor over total ratio. This is equals to, in terms of saying that the boy is that the boy will be 16 years and above. So you need to check how many boys who are 16 years and above here. 16 years and above, we are just going to count them to say from year 1 up to here So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. They are going to be 30 over 40. That is going to be 30 over 40. To say this is close to say 30 over 40, which is going to give us, to say we calculate that, it's going to say 3 over 4, 3 over 4. This is supposed to give us 0. A quarter is 0, 0.75. 0, 0.75 is a quarter. Therefore, we can say that the probability of that boy, of having that boy, is going to be 0.7, 0.7, which we can say 0.7. And class, thank you so much for your time. And I hope that you are going to get this and you will be able to follow the calculation as has been given in this case. Have a beautiful day and keep on following. Thank you so much, and all the best in these exams that are coming now and any other one to come in the near future. Thank you.